That's all right, we're good. All right. Over to here.
Excuse me.
All right. God, dude, this is. Oh Lord, this is gonna be horrible.
This is gonna be a fun one, isn't it?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Now, as soon as Prox gets his ass over here. Oh dear Lord, it appears that I cannot. Oh. Okay. Very well. My shit is dying. Why is my shit dead? There it goes. What if I did this and turn it back on?
Oh yeah, the junk soul.
Alright, let's try doing this again. Hmm. Huh?
Oh.
Bruh.
Oh.
Dude, my internet is just dying. Alright. I will be right back in 1 second. What the hell was that?
Your internet is so dead. Your internet is fogged.
Okay. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, you're like you're back and not dying from internet connection issues.
Okay.
Good job.
Are we good?
You seem good. Mm.
Is the stream still up, or do I need to restart it?
I don't know. I just see Discord and your video thing.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, you can still see the live Discord thing?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Where the...
Wah, 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 wah.
As we sit here and wait patiently for fucking procs.
Where the damn procs at? Well, the procs don't want.
I don't know, I said give him a few minutes.
He has received a few minutes.
He has.
And we'll receive a few more, I guess.
We shall. We will give him until the clock strikes 4:10.
Then I will
Kinda.
spam the shit out of him.
Spank that ass.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
speaking of the
There you
devil, there
we
he
were
is.
just talking about spamming the shit out of you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spank them in the pussy.
Whoa.
God damn you. Alright, so. Are you ready?
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
I
I
can
can hear you!
Aye, Captain Sugar.
No!
Okay.
Alright, everybody ready?
So what is this?
This is an accursement that that answers a lot of Geo's ask questions.
Yeah,
Oh.
that random shit that comes out of his head every now and again.
Yeah, this is the answers
Pretty
that I've.
much.
Hmm.
Alright.
Didn't know
Okay.
he was getting into reaction videos, but here we go.
I didn't either until I saw this video get posted. So,
Hmm.
all right, let's get into this.
Oh, God.
Wait, can I even hear that? Oh no, it's muted. Let me just fix that. There we go. I can hear it now.
Wretched YouTuber, did you really think you could escape?
Who the hell are you?
You already know.
Oh,
You
God,
already
oh,
know.
no.
No,
What do you
be
want?
into a YouTuber.
You need to fulfill your pact.
I thought I got away from you.
Foolish widow Daz, you sent away your soul long ago.
Oh,
Fucking cat girl, I never should have sold my soul anyway. Demon bullshit. No. Good evening. If you're a
Why is your
regular
clone
viewer of
on
mine,
the-
your first
on the
thought is,
video?
hi, fiery.
"Oh, shit,
Oh, hi,
Josh is
me.
making another weeb video again." Or optionally, the more likely response of, "That's him. That's the white boy in real." Then you probably
That's the
noticed,
white boy.
the video length and were instantly bewitched into my secret evil spell called Pure Curiosity Bait. For context, many eons ago, I made a follower goal for about 100 Twitch followers that I would make a Nekopara lore video. Now that goal passed quite a while ago, and many years later, here we are. As it happens, having fun making content that I enjoy kind of took over my life a bit, as it tends to do, and I didn't get much work done on this script. But now it's time to get down to brass tacks and finish this shit show. So creating a Nekopara lore video may
Yes.
sound like a weird thing to do.
This
After all,
shit show.
Nekopara is just a shallow,
Yeah.
pastel-colored, fan service-laden visual novel. I'm sorry. You tend to think that Nekopara is just a weeb bait catgirl game full of non-stop egregious amounts of both types of anime pussy.
But it has lore.
Absolute idiot, you brainless buffoon. This game is a absolute motherfucking mess of completely insane contrived explanations to otherwise mundane questions that lead to so many horrifying suggestions. Just absolutely batshit world building. The canon of this game is something to behold, and I have beheld it. Good lord, have I beheld it. So allow me to introduce myself. My name is Daszombes, and I'm the world's first catgirl lore expert. For the last several years, I have spent many
Not about
many
first,
hours
but
playing through every single game
Sure.
on and off stream, checking up on most of the spin-offs and the other types of supplementary media, as well as watching all the anime adaptations and taking physical notes on them in a notebook. I'm serious. There's like 12 pages of notes in this thing, no stone unturned. I even watched the 18 plus scenes for the extra lore. No other reason.
There's lore in 18 plus scenes.
no other
Now,
reason.
spoiler alert, there weren't many hidden lore things in the NSFW scenes. It wasn't really important that I watched it. Anyways, for those of you not familiar, Nekopara is a multimedia franchise that shows us a world where cat girls are real. However, because the game is a visual novel and questions as to the logistics of how cat girls are real will inevitably arise, they try to explain why and how cat girls exist and
Elon
what
Musk.
changes society has made to incorporate them. Now, usually the answers are simply
Slavery.
to allow the specific plot points needed for our main character to
No.
absolutely decimate this video's age rating with as little effort as humanly possible on his part. They basically just fall into his lap. He really doesn't have to do much besides exist and actually legally own the cat girls. They are property, but I'll elaborate more on that when we get to the cat girls civil rights section of the video. Yes, you heard me correctly. Cat girls
Respect
civil
my
rights.
property.
This is going to be a fun video. So before that, though, content warning. We're talking about civil rights, slavery, manipulation, grooming, bestiality, abuse, eugenics, incest, pedophilia, and finally, just a fuckload of anime. This is probably the most anime that I've ever seen in any piece of media. It's gonna be one of those kind of videos. Anyway, this game has a whole lot to unpack, and not just in the cat girl we live in a society way. Let's start off simple with how
Live
cat
in a
girls
society
function
way.
as biological beings in this universe.
All right, lab coat Das here. Yes, I did buy this
I'm
lab
going
coat
to
5
jail.
months ago.
I told you that this video took me a while. Anyway, let's posit a simple question. What is a cat girl?
Get that camera
Now,
focus,
you might want
buddy.
to say a girl with cat ears and maybe a cat tail, and in any other series, you'd be pretty somewhat correct in your very simple explanation, but not here. Allow me to give you the definition I have come to after months of studying this game. A cat girl is a genetically modified cat made to look like a human with cat ears and a tail, containing multiple features in common with house cats. You heard me right. They are not genetically modified humans. They are genetically modified cats. Instead of
Wait,
taking
what?
the easy route and making humans with cat-like features, they took evolution and cranked that shit in reverse and went all the way around in order to turn cats into
So,
primates, basically.
Oh,
This
this
means that
fucking-
cat girls are not
fucking
only
cat.
very far removed different species from humans, but also
Is not
likely
helping
have wildly
anyone's
different
cause.
internal chemistry. To put this into perspective,
Especially
cat girls
fires.
have an enhanced sense of smell. This is known. They share
Let us
habits
sink
with
in.
cats related to smelling. They have similar reactions to negative stimuli. This could be seen
Dude,
as them having
I was at
almost
work,
the exact
um,
same sense of smell as cats.
Quite literally, I was at work watching this, sitting there like on Friday, because I finally was like, you know what, I have my headphones in and I was typing on my computer, so I said, fuck it, I'll listen to it in the background, and oh my god, I was fucking in tears, laughing my ass off just listening to this.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Yes.
knows the cat's being made into cat. I was like, hold up, are we fucking cats here?
Reverse
We are.
engineering.
Well, oh god, I think we've broken one of the Geneva Conventions.
We didn't want to do
Actually, no, it
the
doesn't. No,
20%
wait, no.
on humans. We wanted to
No.
do the
No, hold on, wait,
95% on cats.
Oh wait, are we breaking it? Is this a war crime or like a crime against humanity?
It's a crime against humanity.
See
Crime
that,
against
but we
humanity.
already have scientists experimenting on rats, so it's not like it's any different.
This is not this just because we are doing something doesn't mean it's right to do it.
Oh my lord. Alright, let's continue.
This means that they have 14 times the odor sensors as well as a vomeronasal organ in the back of their mouth. So not only would the structure of your mouth have to be changed to compensate, they would also likely need a much bigger nasal cavity. Where the fuck would it all go? Do they just have a gigaschnoz that we can't see because of the anime art style? But we'll get into the anatomical differences from
What?
humans.
Because those little tiny little
will.
dots for noses.
So, do you remember when I
Little
said
dotsies.
that the 18+ scenes didn't tell me all that much? That was a lie. Lore hides
No!
everywhere. So, behold, a full anatomical, purely scientific, and perfectly illustrated
At least they
graph
didn't
of
do
a
the
cat
cursed
girl in the
picture
Nekopara
of
universe.
double set
Each
of
label
ears.
points to a notable
thank God
difference
for
in
that.
basic human biology. We will go over all of them, starting with the most notable feature, the one that everybody's talking about, the cat ears. Now, an astute eye may at first recognize that the ears mesh almost perfectly with the hair, almost looking like a natural extension of their hair. There is no bald cat girl shown in Nekopara. We have no idea what they look like otherwise. What we do know is that catgirl hearing is significantly more advanced than human hearing. This can mean that certain noises that irritate cats will also irritate catgirls. The ears are also very sensitive, but not sensitive like a pressure point or a patch of recently healed scar tissue. These motherfuckers are what I like to call hentai sensitive, which means that if you touch that spot, the catgirl makes this face. The ears provide a very unique conundrum when we think about the internal anatomy. Even on a non-anime model with normal-sized eyes, the ear canal would have to be either small enough to run perpendicular to the brain and the skull, or the brain would have to accommodate in size for the misplaced ear canals. Potentially, it could expand sideways, forcing the skull to be wider as the brain takes up spaces previously taken up by the human ear placement. Oh shit, wait, sorry, I forgot. We don't actually know if they have only 2 ears. Every single catgirl that we see, even the ones as young as 3 months old, have a full head of at least shoulder-length hair. We also never see a short-haired catgirl. This means that we have absolutely no idea whether or not they have human ears, because it's always covered by hair. Now see, this would be a conundrum in 2020, but with the release of Catboy Paradise, fucking, I don't know, 3 years ago, I'm not gonna
Yes!
we now have a short-haired cat person. Oh yeah. Catboys exist, I forgot to mention. Our savior comes in the form of
You can't believe we
Sage,
called
a
this.
suitably short-haired, Dilfy catboy that leaves little to no doubt in our minds that they do in fact have only 2 ears. As far as I can tell, I am the first person to document this connection. I will take my
Scotsman is
award
not
in
here.
the mail. So the next feature, about as equally noticeable, is the
I will
tail,
take
and
my
it's much more
award
interesting to
in the
talk
mail.
about. The tail of a catgirl is an extension of their spine, and is about 1/3 of their height long on average, though the tail can differ in length and appearance with different individuals. But we'll get to that when we specify breeds. The tail is fully prehensile and seems to serve no balance-related
If it
purpose.
breathes.
In fact, it seems to serve 2 purposes,
It's a
being
thought.
like a 5th limb and being a method to express emotions. This tail can droop sadly, bob back and forth, or even become erect when experiencing pleasure. Yes, that is a real sentence. We're talking about tails here, by the way. Though that doesn't change the fact that there is a scene where one of the catgirls fillets the tail of another. Nothing will ever change that.
Oh.
Never going to be the same. Oh yeah, also, the tail is anti-sensitive too. But you
Nice.
probably could have guessed that. There's more than one scene involving tail play, actually. It's just that that scene snuck up on me. I really just wasn't expecting it. Now, let's talk about another slightly less interesting
left
anatomical
field.
difference. The eyes. Besides the oversized eyes inherent to anime, catgirls do seem to have larger eyes than their human counterparts, though that might just be me going insane. But that's far from the only thing I have to say about catgirl
Or
eyes.
anime.
Did you know that their pupils are actually slits? This isn't really something that is spoken about in the games, but it is something that literally appears in the art, so that's helpful. This does also imply that
Oh,
catgirls have the
slits.
ability to see in the dark to a similar degree to cats. This is backed up with discussion regarding Maple peeing herself. I swear I'm not lying, it's there. This seeing in the dark also
Oh.
suggests that catgirl eyes can glow, just like how cats and dogs' eyes will glow in photographs and videos and such. I'll not really get into it, but here's some funny art that was made for me a literal year ago.
She's talking under your car, thinking about
Moving
your
on,
cock.
The mouth, starting with the tongue. Catgirl tongues are very similar, if not close to identical to regular cat tongues. They have similar habits to lick things when experiencing joy, and their tongues are covered in the same keratin papillae that make cat tongues feel rough. It's basically just the exact same tongue, but it's slightly rough. It doesn't really bring up too many extensions of the biology, but it definitely is a difference. Wow. Now for the teeth. Catgirl teeth appear to be a homogenized variant of human teeth, as they likely possess anywhere from 30 to 32 of them. Most of their teeth appear to be flat human teeth, though their incisors are greatly lengthened. Though, to be fair, this could also just be moe nonsense, but I'm counting it anyways because it makes sense. Time for a lightning round so we can move on from this hellish fucking graph. Claws. Catgirl nails are harder and usually sharper than human nails, but do not possess the extendable quality of regular cat claws. Despite this, they have a habit of scratching up all your shit when bored anyways. Next up, hair.
least it's not as
Catgirls have
destructive.
hair on their heads, their tails, and that's about it. They very likely don't possess hair in any other places, not a pube nor armpit hair in sight. Now, maybe they're just really good at shaving, and maybe the cat boys are different, but we don't know because we don't see them naked. Catgirl hair appears to be a similar texture to human hair,
Thank
though
God.
it likely does have some different shit going
This
on.
is
as it
cursed.
described as softer than human hair, and
I don't know, I'm
requires
into
different
this.
shampoo
I hate
to wash
this.
effectively. Now for
Why?
reproduction.
It's
this will be
answering
fun.
your
Catgirls can
questions.
reproduce with cat
I
boys, but
think
not
I-
humans. However,
this-
they have no
it
issue,
is.
having sex with
Oh.
humans. Despite this
Unfortunately.
fact. There is plenty of source material for this claim, and trust me, it only gets more uncomfortable from here. Another thing.
Yay!
so what's wrong, Gio? It's answering questions.
So like, go back a bit about the
Wait,
about
what?
having sex with humans part.
Wait,
However,
what?
They have no
Well-
issue having sex with humans, despite
Uh,
this fact. There is plenty of source material for this claim, and trust me, it only gets more uncomfortable from here. Another.
Fun.
Yeah.
Want to kill something now?
What? Why?
I
Why?
hate this. I hate this all.
Oh, don't worry. This is what you wanted to know.
This is what
this
I want
is
to
what you
know.
want.
Apparently, it
right?
gets worse.
you brought this on yourself, Gio. Don't
You know
even.
what? I
Ask for the
did.
floodgate.
I did.
And when we got this, I give you this.
Yeah, this is my fault.
thing is that catgirls
this is-
experience.
Should have just kept yourself in the dark.
This is why you don't ask questions.
Well,
This.
I now know.
That's
You
too much
don't
of the government
ask
will come.
questions about anime because then you're gonna get this.
Because then we get the answers that we crave.
Stress or heat. And no,
Not so much
as I would
want,
like you
but
to believe,
crave.
human females do not go into heat.
My favorite
Heat
side
isn't
of
really
food.
expanded upon, but we know a few things about it. One, it makes the cat girls horny when they experience it. No way. That's
When they
that's so hard
experience
to
what?
guess. Two, it affects heat isn't really expanded upon, but we know a few things about it.
Them
One,
being in
it makes
heat.
the cat girls horny when they experience it. No way. That's so hard to guess.
Oh,
Two,
heat.
it affects their restraint notably. And three, there are no negative side effects to a cat girl getting no dick during her heat. Now, in terms of internal,
That is
cats
okay.
for the
Pause.
most
Pause.
part have
Pause.
similar-
What?
That is bullshit. That is not how heat works.
Huh?
Like,
Go on.
aren't cats like supposed to be fucking violent when they're in heat?
No, they just meow a shit ton.
Yes.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
They're letting you know they're horny.
Oh.
pretty much. And then
Well-
when they get no action, they just keep meowing for like
Uh,
weeks to months on end until their heat cycle's over.
As
Oh.
as I figured out with Firey's cat.
Yeah, that's why
Okay.
she's fucking spayed. I can't.
yeah, that's why mine is.
I
Mine is also
couldn't do
spayed.
it anymore. I could not
Yeah,
do it anymore.
yeah, mine is also spayed and neutered. Anyways, let's
similar
go.
organs to humans, though cat girls likely do not have an appendix, as well as the previously mentioned vomeronasal organ in their head for picking up unique scents such as pheromones. The existence of this organ is proven with their reaction to catnip, being at least somewhat similar to regular cats, though the reason why regular cats get affected by catnip is because catnip mimics feline sex hormones, so it makes them horny.
Oh,
They
There
really
you
wanna
go.
snuggle up to things.
that's actually a
Here, it
thing.
just makes the cat girls act like they're
Huh.
drunk.
That's what they do.
Which is confusing. Because, like, why would it do that? Finally, a notable but significantly less scientific element. Cat girls universally have more agility, endurance, and strength than humans. There is an entire episode of the anime dedicated to shows of athletic ability, where we see two of the cat girls perform quite tough activities with absolutely no prior training or exercise. The primary areas of increased agility relate to jumping and running and climbing. For example, in another episode, Maple is able to climb a vertical stone chimney that is at least 15 feet tall without any equipment to help her. And Coconut is stated to be able to reliably outrun a mini truck, which tops out at around 75 miles per hour according to Google. Jesus fuck.
Oh, Inks can't buy that.
Anime is mostly done.
She's
We
a
have
cheetah.
One more thing to discuss before moving on to easily the weirdest aspect of catgirl biology. So, catgirls, as you might see, they don't all look the same. They have different heights as well as different hair color, hair texture, and tail types. This is because catgirls all have different breeds. These breeds are honestly pretty one-to-one with real-life cat breeds. They're even named the same. For example, this cat girl, Coconut, is a Maine Coon, And this cat girl right here is a munchkin cat. They have a very notably different physicality, different tails, and different growth patterns. This
That's actually pretty
particular idea
interesting.
of breeds is certainly interesting, but
Munchkin
it's
cat's
usually just
kinda
a way
cute,
to
though.
explain off genetic differences that are explained in humanity by ethnicity. But that's enough.
explained the
about
purple
how
one.
writers justify their character design.
Explain the
What,
Shiguri.
what
Probably the
breed
breed-
is she?
Who?
That's the sister.
What cinnamon?
Oh dear lord, are you sure you
I
want?
think
What-
she's purple.
What cat breed is she?
What cats are purple?
Well, time to load up the good old wiki, you know.
Lore.
Fuck, where's Cinnamon? Why is she not on here?
Oh, you mean cinnamon? I thought it was about Shiguri. I was like,
Feels like we already know what Shiguri is.
I already know Shigure.
I'm just
Scottish
joking.
Shigure.
fold.
The Scottish fold.
That's a thing.
Oh, it's that little grey thing.
We
Yes.
didn't make the Scotsman play the Scots cat. Instead, we made him play the Munchkin.
You know, with all the different calls for that these cats have, it's hard to tell the difference between one cat to another.
Yes.
Yeah. And then
What about-
I don't know if he talks about Maple because she was another breed.
She's like an orange one.
She's British. She's British. What are you talking about?
Yes, the guy only mentioned
American
the
Curl.
Zuzu and the other one.
Wow, an American cat named after who's also British.
Oh.
How the tables turn.
It's funny though because all Maple does is drink tea in the fucking VN.
I believe chocolate and vanilla are not stated. Yeah. So. Mixed.
And then
Aliens.
just custom or mixed. Okay.
Custom.
That's,
I mean, sure.
that doesn't tell me nothing. All right. Yeah. But yeah. So. Anyways.
Let's go
Unstated.
back to the stupid video.
This aspect of the franchise, let's discuss Catgirl lifespan and growth. Starting off
Oh.
with probably the
Oh,
single
yes.
most
Oh.
correct decision
Yes.
I have ever seen in any dating simulator since this abomination came into the world. These
Huh?
Wait.
any
What,
dating
what
simulator
Was that? What was
this
that?
abomination
What was that?
What is that?
Is that fucking fate?
No, I think that's worse. Hold on.
What is that?
I need to full screen this bitch.
What the heck?
What do you
What-
mean?
wait.
Tomorrow's so
This
going.
man. Wait.
Why don't
Wait a
we-
minute.
why does it look
Wait a
familiar?
minute. He fucked her. Fucked her again and again and again. And what the hell? What is this?
What is this anime? Why do I want to watch it?
This man just went to town on her.
This man went to town with every single sibling he has.
Oh no! This is oh my god!
Sweet
Like,
home
fucked his
Alabama.
wife, fucked his daughter, fucked his granddaughter, and then on.
Oh my god.
Like,
Is it gonna be like an ugly bastard by the point he gets to fucking the fifth one?
Why?
what the fuck? Tomaru, dude, I'm doing a quick.
What is this
Google.
anime?
I'm doing a
What
Google
anime is
search on the side. Hold on. What?
He has it
Tomaru
behind him. What is that?
Sawagoe. No, no.
What is this? I'm googling it too.
Why does it say fucking for fucking school days? What? No, that's not him.
No, is it?
No, there's no way.
If not, there's some
Oh, here it
scary
is.
lore.
Okay, the messed up family tree overview. Okay.
The best of family tree from the Overflow universe.
Oh
the-
Lord, dude!
You're gonna
it
show
said-
show it with the rest of the class, Fiery.
Oh Lord! Oh,
I'm copying this shit to chat.
oh my God! No, I got
I
it.
guess
I
that
got it.
works, too.
So okay. So this is him like explaining it. Quite literally, this man has impregnated a total of 16 women. Out of the 2 were his half sisters, and 7 were his own daughters.
No. No.
He, with one of his own daughters, he proceeds to have 16 kids.
Yeah. If you look
The
at the image
average-
though, Tomo Sawagoi goes with Toei Sawagoi, who's his actual wife, but he still fucks Inoue.
Why?
The Alabaman. This is Alabama, the anime.
No. No.
Oh my god, which
No.
Wait, and one of them is SD
Wait.
equals school days, so I think
Wait,
it happens in
over
school
here.
days as
School
well.
days.
Oh.
No way.
Wait, hold up. Hold
no,
up.
no, no, no.
Hold on.
This is school days.
Oh, I have to ask. Guys, isn't Overflow hentai?
Oh,
I think so.
Yeah, that would. You know what? That would explain things actually.
yeah, but this is from fucking school days.
That's
Made for people that
What?
like Alabama. Made for people from Alabama.
Oh my fucking god.
Well, we have learned things now. I don't know.
Amazing.
Oh.
Not necessarily from Nekopara, but God, there's something worse out there.
We need to
Oh.
play these visual novels next.
No!
No,
No.
that's even
Over my
worse.
dead body? No, I'm not fucking playing that.
No. Why? No.
You didn't think it could get worse? It could get a lot worse.
You thought Nekopara was bad, boy.
Alabama Simulator.
Alright,
Came into the
And my
world.
half sister,
Oh.
and my daughter, and my daughter's daughter, and my daughter's daughter. Yeah.
Set me off more, please.
I sure love my cousin.
Shut the fuck up right now.
Platonically.
I will end your pitiful existence.
Oh god.
Oh my lord. Are we ready to continue?
Okay, I'm done.
Yep,
I'm done.
I'm good.
Abomination came into the world. These cat girls, characters that you are supposed to be attracted to, and you see having intercourse multiple times, age in cat years. On simpler terms, see this large and varied group of cat girls? You know, yeah, no, none of them are over 4 years old. See these two cat girls? The first two cat girls that our main character enters into a sexual relationship with? Yeah, both of these characters are 9 months old. Cat girls reach sexual maturity at just around 9 months, as that is when these two first enter heat. This means that in 9 months they grow between 92 and 118 centimeters. Assuming they are all born at around 50 centimeters in height, and their growth is uniform, which we know it's not, because human growth isn't uniform. Though it is also suggested in Nekopara Extra that Coconut specifically grew 6 centimeters in a single day. Jesus fucking Christ. Well, to be fair, that could just be hyperbole.
What?
I wonder in
Either
which way.
Do you have any idea how much nutrition growth like that would take? You could probably actively see them grow. Imagine the growth pains. For the first year of their life, cat girls would be constantly suffering aching pain throughout their entire bodies. Now, not to mention the absolute speed at which they would have to grow mentally, though in some cases that's not particularly notable. Okay, I hear you. You understand that the growth is weird, but what about the cat girl lifestyle? How is their behavior any different from humans? Well, first off, their diet. Now, cat girls actually have an almost identical diet to humans, and there are no mentioned foods that are poisonous to cat girls that aren't poisonous to humans, or vice versa. Best example is the amount of
Science.
chocolate consumed by cat girls in Volume 4. Though this does not mean that their palate is identical to humans, as they universally adore stereotypically cat foods, such as raw tuna and cat food. Yes, you heard me right, because nothing says moe like watching an anime girl eat cat food. They do also get drunk from alcohol, which isn't too notable. I just kind of felt like I needed to include it. Oh yeah, and cat girls do have a tendency to develop insane shonen protagonist level appetites. This is likely just an anime trope included for the sake of the classic comedy that the series is known for, but it actually kind of makes sense considering how much growth they would have to be going through. In terms of behavior, most of the time they overlap cleanly with human behavior, though they seem to have notable differences that cause hang-ups in care and integration into society, at least according to the logic of the game. The most notable one is based on how they see sexual and romantic relationships, which is to say that they are nearly universally polyamorous, or at least don't mind polyamory in relationships. Now this probably doesn't actually have much to do with scientific context, despite...
I think that's like the one part that I don't mind, polyamory.
Wait, what? Why that?
Wait, what?
That out of everything else you fucking asked, that's okay. That's okay.
Xenoblade. It's because of Xenoblade. I swear it's actually because of Xenoblade.
What are you, Mormon?
Do you know anything about Xenoblade?
Oh Lord, threw it left field out there. Damn.
No, hold up. You
He's
guys,
like, yeah, I'm okay with having multiple partners.
We do not.
so, like, do you know
do not.
anything about Xenoblade?
No.
Okay,
I wanna
hold
play
up.
it.
I have to show you. I
I just know a lot of the characters are hot.
No, I have
I
to
know.
show you something. So you guys know Rex from Xenoblade 2?
We don't know anybody
Yeah.
from Xenoblade.
I want to
Okay.
play it, but I
And
don't know it.
don't
So just
spoil
explain.
me because
He's
I
like the
actually
kid-looking
want to
one.
play it. Alright.
Okay, who doesn't care? Who doesn't care?
Don't care.
Alright,
Just
Prox. Okay, Prox. Check your DMs. I'm going to send. Also, I'm going to take you up with that friend request. This is canon to Xenoblade.
Oh my god, that is the full tree. Holy shit.
God, I almost thought he was fucking the giant
about the
cat and the
image I
bird
sent,
thing
didn't
for a
you?
second.
Yes.
Yeah, Prox. You see it?
But look at how many times Sawagoi's mentioned
Yes.
in there, and it's with even his own
Yeah.
family name.
Yeah. So Prox, what are your thoughts?
That's a lot.
It is.
Wait, I thought Pyra and Mithra were like one.
It's complicated.
Oh
I
my
can't-
god.
complicated.
I can't really get into that without spoiling Xenoblade 2.
I see.
Is it only on Switch?
What?
It's
Yeah.
only on Switch and Xenoblade. Aww.
Okay, so like all you really gotta know about Pyramithra is that basically they have split personality disorder, so they're literally the same person. Well, like they were
But they
basically.
physically
hey,
transform.
Hey,
Basically, it's like
Hey.
Mithra created Pyra as a child.
Hey,
Sorry,
hold up.
shut the
Spoiler.
fuck up.
sorry.
We're
Sorry,
continuing.
he's not gonna play this. He doesn't have a Switch.
Yes, I do. Fuck you. I have an emulator. Fuck you.
That's not having a Switch though.
Look, maybe he's a dom or sub instead. No, he's actually just sub, let's be honest.
Yeah, we already know
What?
Fire's a sub.
What? What? What does that have to do with buying a?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, that was a weird. Yeah, but sure. I mean, 100%. Yeah, Fire is. Yeah.
Fuck you.
how much the game wants to tell you, and only exists so that our protagonist can dick down as many cat girls as he wants. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, because cat girls do struggle in a couple things, such as, for example, impulse control. Cat girls oftentimes will purr on reflex when scratched under the chin. They'll pounce or strike at insects, small animals, or cat toys, as well as having a notable phlegm response to certain scents. This sort of behavior is one of the major plot points of Volume 1, but I'll get into that when I cover the Society of Nekopara. But before we get into that, though, we'll need to cover
They live
few
in a
more
society.
things. The first of which is the large
Society.
display of cat girls that appears within the games. This will lead into more discussions of biology, but let's cover them one by one, shall we? Starting off with the two main girls of Volume 1, Chocola and Vanilla. Chocola is a dark-haired
Chocola.
mixed breed cat girl that
Count
honestly
Chocola.
really shows her age in the mental department, as in she's a completely fucking worthless dumbass. She is unable to read kanji, speaks like a young child, and is mostly incapable of doing physically demanding tasks such as waiting tables. Now, normally I would say that this half-hearted attempt at moe comedy is bad writing, but according to the wiki, this level of stupidity is actually fitting, as she and Vanilla are only 9 months old. Speaking of Vanilla, as previously mentioned,
she's
the
smart.
other 9-month-old cat, but contrary to Chocola, She is actually a passively
I
rated
hate how he
character,
says her name.
using the notably low standards of Nekopara, that is. She's more like a poorly constructed ball of 3-ish tropes with some mildly entertaining dialogue. Those 3 tropes being Kudere, Tsundere, and Siscon. She is a white-haired
What?
mixed
Wait, what?
cat girl and is the biological sister of
Siscon
Chocula,
too?
which
Didn't know
really
about that
puts
one.
cer-
Well, yeah.
I mean,
Her and Chocler are like this. Like what?
Oh,
yeah,
good point.
yeah,
Like what?
yeah.
scenes in questionable context, but baby, at this point, the context is nothing but questionable. Next to Ozzy, short angry munchkin cat, oldest of the bunch, still only 3 years old. Cool, love this series. Next up, Coconut, giant fucking Maine Coon, 1 year old, has heterochromia, also calls the protagonist Oni-chan. That's not a weird dynamic at all, totally normal. Sick character writing, Echo works.
Yeah.
Next two cat girls.
Heterochromia.
First off, Maple. She's a snooty American girl and actually kind of a normal character. She's the only one that
But
actually
she's
picks out her own
American?
clothes and is seen as
No,
the
the
mature
cat
one
that
of the
she
group.
is called an
Next
American
up,
curl.
Cinnamon, the Scottish fold with absolutely giant fucking titties and a chronic problem of being the most
Yes.
annoying character in the game. Her only joke, the only joke that she does, is that she gets horny. That's it. That's the only
Yes.
thing that she does. Every time that anything slightly sexual, or even something that's not sexual at all, is mentioned, she will go into heat and just absolutely start to drool over everything. It's so annoying. I hate it. Anyway, there's also 2 more, but they're not part of the main crew. First off, this is Milk. She's a Russian blue and
Wait.
is 7 months old. She
Oh,
may
they
look very
mentioned
young, but be aware
Coconut
she
already,
is
right?
only 60
Yeah.
days younger than the
Yes.
2
I
that the main
missed that.
character has
Fuck.
regular intercourse.
Bruh, how?
God damn it, you better not be playing another game
Oh.
again.
I am.
Pay attention, fool.
All right,
We're
I
not
will.
even
Coconut.
voice
Alright.
acting this time.
Like
Go.
bruh.
Munchkin cat, oldest of the bunch, still only 3 years old. Cool, love this series. Next up, Coconut, giant fucking Maine Coon, 1 year old, has heterochromia, also calls the protagonist Oni-chan. That's not a weird
now I
dynamic
remember.
at all,
Yeah, I
totally
did.
normal. Sick character writing, Neko works. Next two cat girls. First off, Maple. She's a snooty American girl and actually kind of a normal character. She's the only one that actually picks out her own clothes and is seen as the mature one of the group. Next up, Cinnamon, the Scottish fold with absolutely giant fucking titties and a chronic problem of being the most annoying character in the game. Her only joke, the only joke that she does, is that she gets horny. That's it. That's the only thing that she does. Every time
Yes.
that anything slightly sexual, or even something that's not sexual at all, is mentioned, she will go into heat and just absolutely start to drool over everything. It's so annoying. I hate it. Anyway, there's also two more, but they're
I have
not
a hard
part of the
time
main
giving
crew.
that one up.
First off, this is Milk. She's a Russian blue and is 7 months old. She may look very young, but be aware she is only 60 days younger than the two that the main character has regular intercourse with. Yay! Finally,
Yay.
Grace.
Soon
She's
TM.
I mean, she's gonna have
a
her
French cat
1 day
girl and a
growth spurt.
chinchilla
Holy-
Persian. She's really not that interesting. Now,
That
let's
design actually
discuss
looks
how
kind of good.
But he's so, she looks so nice.
She
Volume
kinda
4,
looks like Nia-
baby!
like,
Volume 4.
she looks. She. It's a good character design. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah,
What was
she's
gonna
like
say?
Nye-
You looked like who?
Neanners.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
thought I had
Neanners.
that.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
like Neanners before she started face revealing again.
Neanners, but with a shittier personality.
No,
Did you know
no,
Neanners-
no,
did you
no,
know Neanners
no, no.
started
This
face
is
revealing?
this would be
She
Nyanners,
face
but a
revealed
better
a million years
personality.
ago.
No, but like she's doing it again now,
Yeah, I know.
and like it's
Yeah,
good for
it's-
her. Good for her. You know.
Sure.
Like,
I
she built
missed
up-
it when we had that sneak peek of her doing that face reveal and then deleted the video.
It was free real
She
Yeah.
was
estate.
fucking hot in that video.
Yeah. No, but like honestly, like
She's
I can
pretty good
understand why
looking.
she didn't do a face reveal for a little while, but like it's good for
Oh,
her
yeah.
that like she's building up the confidence. Good for her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
like growth and anatomy. Yeah, okay, this is going to be a real short section because it's kind of obvious. It's pretty one-to-one with actual cats. Breeds usually determine height, tail shape, hair color, and hair texture. Best examples are Azuki and Coconut. Bam, I don't even
But
need
then
to say
Cinnamon's
anything
makes
more
no
than that.
fucking
It's
sense.
real obvious. We have absolutely no idea about whether or not breeds apply to skin texture. Every character is the same skin color. Because this is an anime game. Black people don't exist. Only people with Finally, the last thing in the biology.
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, thank you.
Damn,
Thanks.
son.
Wow.
Thanks, Japan. Thanks, Japan.
Yeah, thanks, Japan.
This is what Japan.
The half the
It's
population
best.
doesn't exist.
Yeah, there's no, what are black people?
Oh,
Never heard of them.
Oh shit.
trying to get me canceled in fucking 2023, bro. Shut up.
This
Well,
man
come
would have
on,
got
you always
himself
wanna go for your
canceled with
fingers have
that.
a certain tower joke in them too.
No.
Hmm. Hey man, he said it, not us.
Just saying,
I mentioned it
anything goes.
exist. Only people with slight tans. Finally, the last thing in the biology
Slight
section. I
tans.
mentioned it earlier. What the fuck are catboys? Is anything different? Well, we don't actually know if Catboy Paradise is canon, but catboys are confirmed to exist. They're just comfortably out of sight because the only attraction here is towards women. We can't have hot men that can reasonably challenge our main character's
True.
protagonist with his harem. That would rile up the fans. They can't have that. I kid, but there are absolutely no shown catboys outside of Catboy's Paradise. They do exist, though. As far as I know, they're just surprisingly boring because they're just cat girls, but they're boys. Who could have seen this coming? Everything that applies to cat girls also applies to cat boys outside of
I didn't know I liked
obvious
Dill.
things like genitalia and a bit of their physicality.
The Rizzler.
Oh, okay. Right. That does it for the biology section. Is anybody else getting tired of seeing
That was
my
a
mug?
painful.
I'm just kind of tired of.
Well, it
holding
wasn't
this
nearly as
microphone.
painful as
I'll hand
fire.
y'all over to
but
voiceover DOS now.
It was painful.
Hello and welcome to the next section of the video, the series recap. In this section, I am going to speedrun talking about the events of the series.
What's volume 0?
Stay with me, this will be rough and not
A
particularly
prequel.
That's
well
like the
done.
prequel. It's
But
like
it's
2 or
mostly
3 hours
just
long.
irrelevant
If you read
context
it
that I
properly
feel I
quick.
need to include in a video explaining
So what you're saying
Nekopara.
is it'll take us half a year to do
So-
that one.
We already did Volume 0. Volume 0 is done.
Is that the
Um,
one where he gets the cat girls?
That's when he first found chocolate and vanilla in a box.
That's volume 0.
That's Volume 0. Volume 1 is them getting
Going
set
to
up
eat.
for the thing. Or setting up the cafeteria, or cafe, whatever.
Cafeteria.
My brain's not working.
Bakery.
Thank you. The bakery, or the patissiere, or whatever you want to call it, fancy word.
Cafe.
And then Volume 2 is the other 2 cat girls. Volume 3 is well, he'll explain it. He'll explain it.
So, starting from the top, this is the Minataki household. It holds
There you
a
go.
long line of Japanese confectioners, the current generation being Kasho Minataki and Shigure Minataki. Kasho is approximately 25 years old, and Shigure's in that nebulous anime age where if the writer specified, they'd probably go to jail.
She's a
Don't
500-year-old
worry,
demon
what you
goddess.
think might happen doesn't happen. They also have 6 cat girls.
There you go,
In
Gio.
order from oldest to youngest goes Azuki, Maple, Cinnamon, Coconut, Vanilla, Chocolate. We described each of them earlier. I'm not going to do it again. Kasho has a bit of a struggle in his day-to-day life.
That's what he
See,
looks
wants
like?
nothing more
Yes.
than
Yes.
to bake Western sweets, but his father's a big old grumpy dude who
Yeah, he's
wants
not,
him to continue
uncle.
the family business. On the other hand, Shigure is a total fucking creep with a brother complex so intense and overpowering it causes her to need medical attention several times throughout the story. She has her own section. We'll get to her. The first game of the timeline is Nekopara Extra, in which Chocolate and Vanilla have just been adopted into the family. Now, this may look like it takes place several years before the main story, but keep in mind, they are only 4 months younger here than they are in the first game.
Good
Fully aware of the
God.
problems.
I'm
In
got-
Nekopara
damn.
Extra, nothing interesting really happens. It's almost entirely just a story of Chocolate and Vanilla getting accepted into the Minataki household. It's a multiple quotation marks wholesome backstory
Wait.
game. Next up in Nekopara Volume 0.
Wait a minute.
There's a game called Extra.
Yeah, we'll do that probably eventually.
We already did it. Wait, hold on. I got a bad feeling that we skipped one.
We skipped
Uh-oh.
extra.
We skipped extra.
How long is extra?
Not even like 2 to 3 hours long.
We could just do it. We could just do it next week.
The intermission.
Yeah, intermission.
Podcasts.
Did you guys start off with 0?
That's
We did 0.
That's why I want to look. I don't think we did.
I don't even think you guys did 0. I thought you guys just did 1.
No, we
No, we
definitely
did-
did something
We
before
did.
1.
We did 0.
Was it OVA we did? I think it was.
Oh dear lord. Okay. Well, okay. No, we did volume 0 in two and a half hours.
That's
Okay.
that short.
So, yeah.
It is short. And we got it, but we were still sidetracking a little bit. Not as much as we do now, but still.
Huh.
So yeah, we need to do extra. Oopsies, I am behind. I done fucked up.
Well-
Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing happens, but it's like an hour shorter. Finally, Kasho does the thing that starts the plot, and he moves out of the Monarchy household without telling anybody. He packs up his shit and leaves to a bakery across the city that he's started up. Kasho's bakery is called La Soleil, meaning the sun in French. It was also a name taken from the French bakery he interned at in France. Kasho just kind of wants to live on his own for a bit, away from his family, but unfortunately, God is not so merciful, and he received 2 large boxes of his store that he didn't ship.
The cats must
These
come.
boxes contain the 2 cat girls, Chocolate and Vanilla. At first, Kasho is determined to send them back home, but they unfortunately insist on staying.
This is
Nothing
volume
really
0?
happens here until
This is
Shigure
volume
shows
1.
up and reintroduces herself into her brother's life to his vast misfortune. From there, they go on dates, and La Soleil is filled with new workers, you'll never guess who, and we add 2 cat girls to the tally of girls Kasho has had sex with. Volume 2 has us learn a little more about
Yep,
the world,
it's all gonna get
primarily the
worse.
attitudes of cat girls towards their predicament. Hint, hint, Azuki is the only one that shows any form of issue with it, and it's played primarily as a joke. Sure, but we'll get into that later. Coconut is depressed, and Azuki has image problems. Kasho solves both of them, and the solution to both of them is sex.
Yep.
2 more
Yep.
of the tally. Volume 3 is the longest of every single one of the games,
Oh,
and it's probably
God.
my favorite to actually play, because it's actually kind of well written, though it does have
Oh.
the tail filating scene in it, and it isn't skipped if you don't have the 18+ patch. It stays in the game. Besides that, though, this volume focuses primarily on the musical journey of Maple and Cinnamon, as they learn to overcome the stigma towards catgirl artists and make themselves known. Wow, that's minorly lore important, as it focuses on
Shit.
the catgirl's role in society, unlike
Shit.
literally everything
Yeah,
else.
it's gonna be good.
This volume does also semi-confirm the fact that catgirls can be bisexual at the very least, though unfortunately the 2 characters that have that sort of relationship are stepsisters, so it can't all be good. Anyway,
Oh boy, and I'm gonna be acting one of them.
Maple and Cinnamon
Oh.
get up on stage and they reverse racism by being good at singing. He has sex with them, and we add 2 more to the tally. All ends well, as you could expect. Volume 4 focuses almost entirely on the drama within the Monarchy family, so it doesn't really matter for us. We'll get into it when we get to it. No girls are added in this one, and that brings us more or less up to speed. Fucking psych! We still have to talk about Catboy Paradise. So, sometime before Nekopara Volume 4, NekoWorks released a little April Fool's game called Nekopara Catboy Paradise. I mentioned it earlier with Sage, who's one of the catboys that shows up in that game. But the debacle of this game is entirely in whether or not it's actually canon, because this game has several things that make me question its canonicity. First off, it's an April Fool's game with no ties to any of the characters seen in the main series, but also, there's just a lot of lore inconsistencies, such as, for example, the catboys not having bells but still being able to walk outside, which could be something that properly exists in this universe too, but overall, we're not talking about catboys, and therefore, I'm making the executive decision as the single known scholar of Nekopara lore to deem this entry of the series non-canon, because that means I don't have to write more script and actually study Catboy Paradise.
I
and
don't
make
think
a
it's
theory
canon
about it.
either.
Anyways, now that that's out of the way, we can start to talk about probably the most fucked up part of Nekopara lore. Though that's honestly a subjective statement because the age thing is probably the most off-putting part of it. But like, anime has done weird age stuff like that before. What it hasn't done before is make an entire societal system that is so fucked up and insidious that it spawned this video and then shove it to the back and never actually explain on it ever. Yes, the society of Nekopara is
Here you go, Gio.
truly, in my opinion, the
Yes.
most disturbing part of this.
Oh
entire
no.
game. So let's get into it.
Oh
Alright,
boy.
Before we discuss how society treats catgirls, we should probably discuss what a catgirl is again, but this time in the legal sense. So, Catgirls are sentient entities with free will and the ability to have their own agency, at least biologically, right? They're just as smart as humans and have the potential to become functional members of society. Well, unfortunately, the government in the Nekopara games would have to disagree with you, because despite this, the Catgirls are second-class citizens. That's right, you heard those words come out of my mouth when referring to the Catgirl game. Catgirls are in a class of citizenship where they are technically pets, despite their obvious sentience. But before we discuss what owned catgirls are able to do, we should discuss strays. The life of a stray catgirl is very similar to the life of a stray cat. You do not have clothes, and you are not brought up with the ability to speak. You are
Wait, no
treated
clothes?
as an animal
Damn,
by
naked
society.
catgirls running around.
You have to steal for food. You are
No.
by all means considered a
Bad
pest.
nerd.
Police officers round up stray catgirls and put them into pounds. Presuming that those pounds have the same culture as modern pounds, including euthanasia, you heard me right. This is subtext in Nekopara. They never say anything to counter any of my theories here, presumably because I'm the only person who cares about the lore in this catgirl hentai game. Anyways, what happens if you're not a stray? Well, depending on the household that you're brought up in, you can either be raised in a similar method to a cat, or almost as a child to the homeowners. Apparently, being taught to speak at all is rare, only really being a luxury afforded by the richer catgirls whose owners have time to raise them like children. So you're essentially a human child, but you're in constant growth pains, as mentioned, and are an adult by the end of the first year. And then you have to live in a society where you're treated as a pet. But how far does that go? Well, let's start with the most obvious. A young catgirl cannot leave the house alone. She will be treated as a stray and taken into custody until her master comes to collect her. She cannot work. She cannot leave the house on her own. By all means, she is just a cat that can sometimes speak if she's lucky. Despite this, catgirl abuse is still a crime. It's quoted at several times throughout the series. Notably, it's quoted alongside the fact that it's gotten better. Presumably, catgirls are a recent phenomenon that people have gotten more used to, with there now being tighter restrictions to stop people from abusing their catgirls. This, on top of people with lower economic brackets knowing the financial strain of a catgirl before they get them, because as mentioned before, it's like having 18 years of a child in food and clothes within 1 year of time, considering how much they eat and grow, that is. But say a catgirl isn't being abused and is in a loving household. How can she get more independence? Well, that's where we reach the crux of the first volume, the Bell test. So within that first volume, Kasho's goal is to take both of his catgirls and turn them into legal adults, because they definitely aren't even when aged with cat years. This game is real fun. He does this through a few methods that I'm not allowed to speak about, as well as getting them to do their Bell test. The Bell test is a test that is required for all catgirls in order to get them their bells, which is kind of like a state ID, but even worse. Imagine if every time you were seen outside without a legal guardian, you would be arrested if you didn't have an ID visibly on you. That is the world that these catgirls live in, except permanently, because bells can expire and need to be renewed. A bell, or an independent action permit, is a necessity for any catgirl that wants to become independent. It's needed for pretty much any action that is not directly under the legal control of the catgirl's owner. It acts as legal identification papers on its own, though to be fair, there are also actual catgirl identification papers. But the bell is also an accessory that needs to be worn at all times, or they will take the catgirl into custody because she'll be deemed a stray if she is seen alone without it. Also, the exam to take it is completely absurd. Okay, so hear me out. Imagine you're walking in to get your state ID, and you talk to the guy, and he's asking for your legal name and your address and all the stuff you need, and then just in the middle of a sentence, he throws a fucking right hook at your head, and then stops right before he properly hits you. He pulls back and goes, sorry man, you flinched. I can't give you your ID. That's the kind of shit we're talking about. Bell exams are tests to examine how domesticated a catgirl is, which is already a really worrying sentence on its own. It is suggested that there is other, more normal test questions involving things like security and traffic and potentially some basic knowledge stuff too, but those aspects probably aren't too intense because Chocula, who can neither read kanji nor count above 10, is able to cleanly complete the test. Domestication is measured by a whole bunch of different factors, almost all of which are base instincts that all catgirls have that humans don't. The main thing that is expanded upon in regards to the Bell exam within the games is the fact that it's designed to check impulse control. Catgirls shouldn't do things like chase butterflies, purr automatically when scratched, or I guess use their tail to show their emotions. All of these natural behaviors are
Robots.
seen as unacceptable, and you are not given a
Serve
bell if
me,
you cannot
peasant.
restrain them to a great extent. An extent that is shown to be quite hard to reach, as only 10% of catgirls actually pass the exam. Again, something shown to be mostly among those in power who can afford.
This is kind of fucked up.
Catgirls to
Yeah, welcome to
Bell
the hard
exam
life of a
seems
cat girl.
about
It
the
ain't
bell
gonna get any easier.
Welcome to going like
country,
deep
for example,
into the
French
lore.
Bell exam is quoted to be harder. All right, so hear me out. It's gonna get a little bit weird here, but what if the Bell exam is actually a method to keep catgirls down? It's a tool of oppression, designed to be arbitrary and strict to the extent that no catgirls are ever allowed to be fully independent. In order to integrate with human society, even on the basest level, you need to stop being who you are and become more like us. If we catch you slipping up, even after you have your bell, they can just revoke it, because follow-up review exams are mandatory. Each catgirl needs to maintain their status as a being with rights, or they are seen by society as an animal. Even to the few that manage to break the mold, they're still seen that way. Imagine if your driver's license defined your ability to be a citizen. Compared to a bell-less catgirl, a belled catgirl does have a lot more rights, but again, society still sees them as pets. They'll never truly be their own individual. It's like being a child forever. You're not allowed to do anything truly on your own. Your legal guardian, your owner, resides over every choice you will ever make until the day you die. Catgirls,
Jesus.
even ones that manage to come close to integrating with society, are property, and if they're not owned by someone, they're not allowed to exist outside of police custody. There's also, of course, catgirl racism, as in there are buildings that don't allow catgirls to enter, and Maple in particular experiences a lot of stigma with her musical career in Volume 3, as I mentioned. But let's step back and talk about
Musical
what it's like
career.
to
I get
own
to
a
be
catgirl
Anki in
from the
Volume
human
3?
perspective. So on the surface level, owning a catgirl is somewhat similar to having a daughter,
Kind
except
of.
she acts like a cat most of the time and grows at a similar rate to Bamboo. Owning a catgirl would be like speed running having a daughter. You know all the difficulties of puberty? That's happening over 2 months total. You know the terrible twos? That's a month. Raising a catgirl would be the process of raising an infant to a teenager at around 20 times speed. It would be a nightmare to deal with, but hey, when you're not dealing with 20 times the angst, you'd have to deal with training the catgirl to function. Most of the training to get children to act like normal people takes years to do as their brains develop. You'd have to do all that in the short period of time when they're done developing. Keep in mind that the Monarchy family is a really good example of the perfect catgirl environment. They're rich, they have a giant house full of food, and have 4 people willing to work together to raise catgirls. Imagine how many single owners or small low-income families bought a catgirl and just couldn't raise it because of the financial and emotional stress. They don't say this is the reason why, but it is said that catgirl quality of life was horrible in the past, and is just now getting better as of the time of the Nekopara games. So, say you successfully raise a catgirl for the first year. What happens when you have an adult? Well, you now have to deal with an adult dependent with a lot of hoops to jump through if they ever want to join the workforce. A pet that is functionally an adult woman, that's some anime shit right there. Also, keep in mind that the catgirls we see in-game are only so smart, or most of them at least, because the Monarchy family had the resources to
Always
tutor and
Chocola.
educate them to an extent
Chocola
they
is
could grow up
fucking
to be
useless. She's
functional
like
adults.
Aqua.
If both caretakers had to work at all, that would not be possible.
I don't know, so far
Which
Cinnamon
means that
feels
most
like, or not
catgirls
Cinnamon,
are gonna end
Coconut
up
feels that.
incapable of reading at
No,
best.
Coconut's
tell
try-
you
No,
what,
see,
Bob.
Coconut is trying to be useful.
Yeah, Coconut's at
But
least
fails.
trying. Chocola
Aqua's
is
just like Chocola is just a fucking dumbass.
Because ooey 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 ooey.
little.
Oh dear.
Offhandedly in the games that several catgirls can't even speak properly, if at all, because they just weren't ever taught proactively to do so. So you have an adult woman speaking with the comparable vocabulary of a 2 to 3-year-old, all while acting like a feral cat. These types of catgirls will probably never join the workforce. It's like owning a caveman and calling them your pet. The Bell exam is a product of this societal issue. It's because the Nekopara
Yes.
Society treats catgirls like pets instead of independent functional beings that the Bell exam needs to exist. Because you can't depend on every catgirl owner to raise a catgirl that can function in human society. But hey, you might be wondering about the whole deal with the catgirl sex, the fact that this is a hentai game. Yeah, well, it just
Yes.
so happens that it is completely legal to take a catgirl as your, well, you can guess.
Wife.
Sexual relationships with a catgirl are surprisingly not stigmatized at all, despite, you know, the fact that the only ones we see aren't even a quarter of the age of consent. Oh yeah, on that topic, in Nekopara Extra, it's suggested that there is no age of consent for catgirls because a random villager asks if Kasho is taking the 2 children with him as his catpanions, which is, by the way, the name for this particular type of gross relationship where one of the catgirls' legal owners
Nice.
takes her as a sexual partner. This is a fun video. God, I sure
Oh.
hope this doesn't irreparably fucking annihilate my analytics. But hey, if my channel must die, I would have it die in the way I see fit. Talking about catgirl sex. So to reiterate, catgirls are a race of human-like cats that experience accelerated growth, reaching sexual maturity at around 9 months to a year, but just slightly longer than regular cats who experience it at around 6 months. Catgirls were genetically modified to fit into human society and serve as second-class citizens, or more accurately as pets. Stray catgirls are taken into custody merely for existing, and if a catgirl wishes to become even slightly independent, she needs to complete a very difficult test, which tells her to suppress all of her natural
Twitter
instincts,
figured out
and which
this
only
game.
about a tenth of the total
We're gonna
catgirl
get
population
canceled.
ever actually succeed in. Most
Twitter.
catgirls are raised without
Screwed
the ability to
Twitter.
read, speak properly, or function on their own outside of basic animal instinct.
This society
So now
is
that
a
we
whole
have
new.
that all lined out, let's discuss a more detailed example of a catgirl lifestyle, specifically those that we see on screen. Let's discuss the Minodakis and their example of an ideal catgirl life. So as mentioned before, the Minodakis are an upper-class Japanese family with an expansive home and 2 nearly adult-aged children with nothing better to do but adopt and take care of several
Wait,
catgirls
Shigure is
at
an
once.
adult?
They are, without a
Yes.
doubt, the perfect
Yes and no.
Yes.
for a catgirl to be adopted.
500-year-old
Unknown
holy
age.
There's
goddess.
plenty of space.
No.
There
Don't
is
just
also
fucking-
no money or attention problems, as the loneliness that could come from being the single cat.
See, my idea of Shigure is because she takes so many pictures of the cat girls, and I guarantee you she has an Instagram or like an OnlyFans just for the cat girls to make money.
You know what? I wouldn't be
Like-
surprised.
Cause like in volume 1, he doesn't do well on his first couple days as a pastry thing. When Shigure comes over and posts about it on social media, everybody came
Huh.
to the point
Yeah,
where he actually needed the other 4 cat girls to work at his store because of how busy it was.
Slavery.
Wonderful. Am I right?
Moving on.
Girl in a family is negated by there being 6 of them. They are raised with
So
more
are
or
you
less
implying
proper
that she's in
education,
high
their
school
family
or
has
an
plenty
adult?
of hand-me-downs as the cat girls
I
grow
want
out
to
of
say
their
high school.
clothes.
I don't.
There is never any
I don't
issue
think
But
with
she has so
this
much time to
education.
hang out with this fucker. I feel like she has to be an adult.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but
And,
we don't
like,
know when.
She had
the
a whole
time
ass
period
day to
is.
go take
We
them.
don't-
100
She had a
guys,
whole.
500-year-old Holly, remember?
Remember, Shigure is the one who takes the exams with them.
Yeah, she took them to it, and that took like multiple days.
Yeah, Sugar Ray's loaded.
Well, they had to go to Tokyo for that. They had to take the train to go to Tokyo to take the exam.
Yeah, but that means you're not studying, right?
Well, they had to study there.
No, but Shigure is not studying.
Wait, we haven't gone to the Sugar Ray section, have we?
We're
No,
about to.
no,
It's
we're
probably about to.
oh, yeah, we're almost there. You see this? You see this long bar down here?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
See,
next
this
long
is-
bar.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
by that
this,
one. Yeah,
this,
the
this, this
Sugar
bar
Ray.
is the Sugar section.
Oh, Lord.
They have
Oh,
as
Lord,
much
she
inheritance
coming.
they could want from their owners and their siblings. But think of how unrealistic this is. How many families will have this much money to spend on catgirls? How many of them will have children willing or able to take care of catgirls as their main hobby? You're essentially adopting a child, but without child protective services existing at all, and also you have to deal with one hellish year of growth instead of the 18 pretty bad years of growth. The Monarchies are a very convenient lens to view the world of Nekopara through, because they show us a world in which there are no societal struggles. The Bell exam isn't a monumental rights-preventing oppression mechanism, it's just another thing for the catgirls to do when they reach a certain age. There is no catgirl abuse that we see, there's just the Monarchies and the young catgirl owned by the person who runs the takoyaki shop, who is being brought to work so her owner can properly take care of her. Plus, once Kasho, our protagonist, moves out of the house and starts his own pâtissier, all the catgirls have convenient jobs lined up with their own master, and also they all start to fuck him. He takes 6 catgirls as his catpanions, who he also raised more or less as his sisters or daughters. Yep, fun.
Man's got all the stamina.
Kasho's a bit of a shithead.
Apparently.
He's, as mentioned, fucking the people he legally owns, but at least they seem happy about it. The reason why the Monarchy example is such an interesting one to look at is because of the fact that it's so undeniably perfect for the catgirls. There is very little manipulation, and they get to live out their lives as functional members of society, if functional members of society that are legally owned by someone for the rest of their lives without any hope of being free unless their owner dies, in which case, well, we have no idea, but they'd likely just become a stray if they couldn't find another owner and would get taken away by the police. But wait, there's another member of the Monarchy family that we haven't spoken at length about yet. Well, I've done that for a reason. It's time to talk about Shigure Minaraki, who... Actually, hold on. Let me put on my tinfoil hat here. Who I think is the most evil character in the series by far. So indulge me for a moment on my unhinged rant within an unhinged rant as I go through the Shigure section.
Yes!
Tinfoil hat Das here. I hope you know as I record this section, I have a tinfoil hat on in real life. Here, I'll even like try to jostle it and try to get it to make some noise.
Oh my god.
I hope that sounded right. The only reason this is a voiceover segment and not a live action segment is because I didn't feel like it. So, Shigure Minaraki,
I wonder why.
what's her deal? Well, Shigure is the youngest child of the Minaraki family, suggested to be around the age of 14 by the time of Nekopara Volume 1.
Oh.
Technically it's unknown,
Oh.
so
Technically
don't
unknown.
quote me on that. If they ever do, confirm it. Shigure is a generally well-composed Japanese girl that seems to be responsible and normal to most people. She wears a kimono most of the time and seems to be the closest thing the catgirls have to a mother figure, which is kind of fucked up considering that she's Kasho's sister. But also, Kasho is the closest thing they have to a father figure, and I'm not gonna get into these dynamics. So, let's just sweep all the uncomfortable implications under the rug and continue onwards. Shigure's main personality trait is pretty obvious because it's the only joke they ever tell with her whenever she's on screen, and that is that she's absolutely fucking obsessed with her brother. Like, so obsessed. To tell you how obsessed she is, this young girl stalks her brother to the extent that she seems to have either psychic premonition or a spy network to constantly know where he is. She is capable of stalking him internationally and follows him to France, even learning French to more effectively stalk him. In terms of physical symptoms of her obsession, she has been observed to literally be incapable of calming down without him there. She seems to get a little bit too excited when being pat on the head. You know what I mean when I say that. And she also almost dies of blood loss from a nosebleed after being kissed on the cheek by him at one point. She bleeds to the extent that a pool of blood is stated to form. This girl is completely fucking nuts, and she's apparently been like this since she was born. This behavior is never rationalized or explained. She's just like this. Now, honestly, none of this would be a problem if she was just regular insane. Unfortunately, Shigure is also insanely manipulative. First off, in her own family, she has been shown to be willing and able to lie to her brother and manipulate the catgirls to get them into sexual relationship with him. The main and obvious lie she tells is in Volume 1, and it is the lie that Chocolate and Vanilla will die if Kasho doesn't give them a medically approved dose of dick while they're in heat, which is not true at all. It is confirmed not to have been true.
What? That can't be true. That can't be real.
I think it is actually.
Oh my god.
It is.
She's like,
So-
she's like,
So
she really just goes like, yo, Kashu, she's like, yo, Nisama, I need you to give Chocolate and Vanilla a good dicking or they'll die. Okay, bye.
No, I think he tells them
So-
that, not him.
So quite literally, the way she explains because like it was their first time getting in heat, and this is the first time he has to deal with it. She basically says you have to please them to get rid of it. That's so basically he's telling the truth here. Like you have to please to end it.
It's a yes or no.
Oh my god.
So he just
Today I
chooses
learn.
false consent.
Oh, anyways.
Dick while they're in heat, which is not true at all, and is confirmed not to have been true in that very volume. She has also stated to have convinced Chocolate and Vanilla to sneak into La Soleil in the boxes, so her brother wouldn't be able to escape her. Oh yeah, and later in the series, it is also stated that she has pushed the other cat girls to make efforts to become Kasho's catpanions, likely as a way to live vicariously through them. Gross.
Oh
Also,
my
not to
God.
mention, she seems to be normalizing the incestuous behavior within the Monarchy family. Kasho seems more and more comfortable with her downright sexual harassment of him, and even begins to see it as endearing later in the series, which is
No.
not good. So she's proven to be insane and manipulative within her own family. How could this get worse? Well, what if I told you she was absolutely loaded and very influential? Yeah. Shigure has proven to be insanely rich despite being in early high school probably. Her main feats that prove her wealth include having the money to build 5 new rooms onto La Soleil without much trouble, entirely out of pocket, as well as being able to construct an entire Wipeout-esque obstacle course in her backyard for a fun off-gag in the anime. Not to mention the aforementioned likelihood of a network of agents paid entirely to spy on Kasho. Have I mentioned the fact that the Monarchies are confectioners, by the way? Where the hell is a girl of this age getting all of this money?
Yeah, where the fuck is
Well,
she getting that money?
it's never really explained, but all of
You're
this does
asking
suggest
now.
something sinister.
I'm telling you, it's her fucking OnlyFans for the cat girls.
Probably.
She's a social media influencer.
I
Yeah.
Oh,
guarantee
it's
you.
social medias.
She's got an Instagram. She's got like an Insta. For
Oh,
sure. She's
100%
God, give me an
Insta,
Insta.
Twitter, you fucking name it, she probably has it.
yeah, probably.
You're breaking your boy.
Beneath all the anime nonsense. So hear me out. Tightening my tinfoil hat, Shigure has to have a plan, right? It's obvious. Why else would she throw all the cat girls at Kasho if not for some ideal scenario to come out of it? While she initially says that her plan is simply to have all the cat girls fuck her brother because she thinks it's cool or something, I don't fucking remember. But it could be that her goal is more insidious. So what if she's crafting this exclusive setting where sex is everywhere and notably in the family to normalize this sort of incestuous weirdness that one like her might be able to take advantage of? Not to mention the fact that she's using cat girls for this. People she legally owns, and while we don't have confirmation, likely have very short lifespans similar to cats. So she has her brother get exceedingly used to the companionship of his catpanions, and
Oh, yeah, I didn't say how
then
long
they die
they
a couple
last.
decades later.
Normal
What happens
cat
when that
use.
30-something-year-old man loses not 1, not 2, but 6 romantic partners in the span of a couple years?
No.
Well, he'll probably go seek more companionship to fill the void, and that's when Shigure can strike, taking her emotionally destroyed older brother for herself and finally getting what she wants without having to force anything. She's
No.
proven to be manipulative before, and we know that Kasho already has a lot of boundary issues, so what's to say she doesn't have something like this planned? She clearly doesn't care about the boundaries her older brother does set, considering how often she steps over them, but realistically, that's just a theory, and there's no fucking way NecoWorks is ever going to do that. If they do, the series might actually have even a little bit of passable writing or conflict, and
Wait, what?
pass off all this uncomfortable shit as just
Conquest
like foreshadowing for an
ending.
evil twist. But there's no way NecoWorks is gonna fucking do this or anything
Sex.
close. Nekopara is way too successful for them to do anything risky with it. But it's my fucked up headcanon, and it makes the game a whole lot more fun to analyze and play.
He's got a point there. He's got a point, actually.
It does sound legit.
He's got a
Seems
point
legit.
there, actually.
I'd say, but he's got a point.
I mean, yeah, because like everything that leads up to what he said so far is like pretty canon so far. So him saying that, it's like, oh my god.
Until they release what, volume 5 or 4 or whatever.
Volume 5.
Well, I'm still waiting for the Gacha too.
Wait, there's gonna be a.
I think that got
sorry.
canceled.
I think that
Rip.
I think it did because Yostar has not published anything about it. Except it's still on their homepage for whatever fucking reason.
Rip.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they just got a tight lip on it. I don't know.
Like nothing was said for the last few years about that, but
Maybe they're too afraid to reveal the true part of Shigori.
maybe. Anyway,
It's a multi.
Analyze
Yeah, it turns out it's a multiverse story, and Shigeru's the main antagonist.
No.
Into the Shigure verse.
Shigori.
Taking over the family, taking
That's-
over the
that's-
world.
That's a set of words that you should have put together.
I hate.
I
you.
am very sorry.
Maddening.
Oh no.
All right.
At last, we reach the end of our quest, the conclusion. I've told you about the horrors of Nekopara, the societal oppression faced by its race of genetically modified cat people, the incestuous undertones perpetuated by one of its more conniving
The
characters,
Khajiits.
and the very strange dynamics hidden beneath the veil
has words.
of anime nonsense. I hope you understand that this video has been in the works for long enough that writing the word conclusion in the script almost made me collapse from relief. Anyways, now that we're here, let me re-describe
Until Volume 5
Nekopara
comes
in
out and then
context
makes
with
part
what we've
2.
learned. Nekopara is an anime dating simulator that takes place in a world where genetic modification has resulted in a race of cat people that serve as pets to humanity, with barely any freedom to exist outside of servitude. The story of this game focuses on a more well-off family as Kasho Minataki, when attempting to move out, is stalked and coerced by his sister into entering into a sexual relationship with all 6 of the cat girls he grew up alongside. While it may all end in the series on a happy note each time, and while the conflict may center around simple things like music and feelings and always at least a little bit of sex, this is a hentai game, the hidden truths beneath it all belie a reality we are only seeing the pastel-colored tip of. Now, to be fair, NekoWorks absolutely did not have to write their game this way. They could have just made the cat girls regular people who Kasho hires, or I don't know, works alongside, but they're still cat girls, so you still get the fetish bit, instead of just like having them be his pets, but also siblings and daughters at the same time. That part really wasn't necessary. They could have also made them age like regular people, instead of making them like infant to toddler age. So, why did I do this? Well, to be truthful, this video was a project that I had planned all the way back at the genesis of my channel, before my channel actually ended up finding its niche. My high school friends and I used to talk about Nekopara because it was a
Wait a
funny
minute.
anime game. But when we actually all like played it together, we all sort of
Wait a
keyed
minute.
in on the horrible suggestions the lore was making about
What?
That sounds like something we're doing.
Yeah.
We're only on the beginning stage.
Yeah, don't
Step
worry.
one.
Pretty soon we'll be the ones making shitty. We'll be the ones making shitty videos about this.
Yes.
What do you mean? I already am. Look at my fucking YouTube channel.
Yeah, we're already doing this. What do you mean?
Yes.
We're on about adding a podcast in. We are all the way there. Anyway.
Pretty much.
Basically, podcast right here.
I mean, yeah.
we all sort of cued in on the horrible suggestions the lore was making about its world. If any of you are actually watching this, sorry I made you all wait so long, but it's out at last. Only took me a couple years.
Good job.
For context, the script document for this video was created on March 17th, 2021. In fact, while I was making this video... Wait, hold on a minute. No, it can't be. You lie! While I was making this video, NekoWorks announced a new game called Inupara, featuring dog girls. The game's description
Oh.
states that it's an isekai, or another world story, with a protagonist warped into this world of dog girls. Now, I'm too tired
What?
to do a damn thing about this. I'm not even going to analyze the trailer. It
Keep
came
it
out on
eaters.
April Fool's, so I really hope it's a joke. But Catboy Paradise also came out on April Fool's, and it's a real game, so it doesn't look like it is a joke. Anyways, I hope you learned something. This video is absolutely going to get demonetized.
Whatever.
Like, if you
Yup.
feel like it, you can go watch my other stuff or give me money on my mostly inactive Patreon, or you can join the channel membership, I guess. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hell is real, and I live there. Sorry I kept you all waiting so long, if you ever even were. All right. Bye-bye.
Oh my god.
We're not done
All
yet.
right. Was that enough for
What?
you?
Wait, what?
Are you satisfied with that? Can I go?
Oh no.
No, your pact may be complete, but you will never be free of me.
Oh my god.
serious?
Woo.
I already did what you asked.
There is still one more thing for you to do.
You're not gonna make me wear cat ears.
Are you sure?
I'm not doing it.
Damn it.
This is literally fire.
Damn it.
That's funny. That's actually what I think. Like,
That's-
I'm not wearing players. Damn it.
Damn it.
Damn it.
But who's the girl in the video?
What do you want to know?
Right here.
Cat girl demon voice.
You could dare.
Wait,
feel
Yuka.
Huh.
Wait, Yuka dear.
Yuka Bear.
That's a VTuber.
Wait,
I know
is that
that
you?
V- That's the
That's
V.
the,
That's
is that
the
the
bear
Australian
girl.
girl? The pan.
I believe
the,
so.
She's awesome.
Huh.
This
Here
one?
it is.
Why is this the fucking preview?
Son calls me mommy. She is the meme.
Oh
I
lord.
follow her on Twitter, and she's cool.
But yeah, there,
Yeah, she's
there you
fine.
go. I guess I should say go subscribe to him because this shit was fucking hilarious. Oh my lord. I know I've watched. I believe I've watched this. I feel like I have watched this before.
Oh, there's a school live review. Oh God.
Where
Yeah.
he probably goes down that weird family tree.
No. This
No,
is
different.
This is different. So basically, this is like a shonen anime where basically it's like a everyday school life, except
Yeah.
it's in an apocalyptic setting. Except she fucking hallucinates that she's in a normal everyday school.
Huh.
That's interesting.
Wait, no. Is that the one I think it is, in where there's an apocalypse outside and she's in a regular school?
Yes.
What you said?
She
Oh, I've seen a
hallucinates
bit
it.
of that.
She
I
hallucinates
did
her
not feel
being.
comfortable watching that.
I didn't either. I watched the first episode and I'm like, what the fuck? That
Yeah,
was
I
all a
saw that. I was like, I'm never
hallucination?
coming back.
I was like, no.
Yeah, I was like, I'm never coming back to that.
That's no. That was, Lord, that was fucking. Oh, that's bad. Anyways, congrats, boys. We made it. So Gio, any more questions?
Oh, we find one.
No, none.
It answered all your questions.
Yep.
Now are you done asking dumb questions?
Wait, what? They're not dumb questions.
This is this is why you don't question anime, because you get this.
Yeah.
Have you
Why do
learned your
how
lesson?
do people find this time?
Now, have you learned your lesson, Gio?
Yes.
I don't believe he has.
Yes, Bobby.
I've learned.
Good.
That
It's
we
this.
live in a society.
Oh God. What
If you
the fuck?
if you ever ask questions again, I am linking you this video. I will stop the voice session and I will send you this video in DMs,
Oh God.
and then we will go back to recording.
Oh. Yes. I understand.
Yes.
Good.
For sure.
Anyways, well, I guess that's it. Y'all are
Thank you for
free to do whatever.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank
Oh man.
I'm surprised. Like, this is the first time we're actually
like,
finishing
comment, and
early.
subscribe on the video. And please watch that guy's channel.
Hell yeah!
Yep.
Support this
Daszombes.
motherfucker.
Hey,
Support
wait,
him.
have you guys? You actually? Do you guys want to watch more videos? Have you ever heard of Mother's Basement?
Let's watch memes together.